Bill O'Reilly here, Thursday, October 15th, 2020. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. This is happening across our nation. Facebook censors the New York Post to protect Joe Biden. Hunter Biden's emails raise new questions about corruption. Europe overtaking the USA in new COVID cases. 4 in 10 Americans consider moving during the pandemic. Also ahead, will the latest scandal involving his son Hunter hurt Joe Biden's election chances? But first, Facebook actually suppressed a story published by the New York Post claiming Hunter Biden organized a meeting between his father and a Ukrainian businessman for money. According to Facebook, the platform hid the report, they admit it, because, quote, independent fact checkers did not determine its veracity. The New York Post editorial board called the network a propaganda machine for Joe Biden. And Facebook, as you may know, never failed to embrace phony Russian collusion stories. The report revealed previously unseen emails exchanged between Hunter Biden and foreigners working for an oil company called Burisma. One message allegedly asked for advice on how that company can use Hunter Biden to get to his father to, quote, stop politically motivated actions from taking place inside Ukraine. More on that coming up in the message of the day, but it is a startling story. Merriam-Webster dictionary updating the definition of the word preference after Senators Cory Booker and Mazie Hirono scolded Judge Amy Coney Barrett for using the term in relation to gay rights. The official dictionary now classifies the word as offensive. The EU and UK surpassing the United States in new cases of COVID. Europe now reporting 78,000 infections every day compared to 50,000 in the USA. New poll from Harris says 40% of city dwellers have considered relocating to avoid the virus. Residents are already fleeing New York, California, and Illinois in record numbers. More than 500,000 people, mostly affluent, have fled New York City since March. In a moment, how badly will Joe Biden get hurt by this latest story? Right back with it. Investors, are you seeking steady cash flow, ready to diversify? Have you considered a proven real estate investment fund? NRIA is one of the nation's leading realty specialists and offers 10% annualized monthly payouts, with bonuses targeted to 21%. That's right, you could receive steady 10% return monthly payments with bonuses. You know, they specialize in realty investing done right. Even use your 401k or IRA to invest. NRIA's 15-year track record and $1.2 billion in new construction development backs you. So learn how you can invest in this hard asset real estate cash flow fund today and receive 10% annualized monthly payouts with bonuses. This is something savvy investors should research and consider. Please call now, 201-210-2727, 201-210-2727, or visit nria.net.
An offer to buy or sell any security is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. National is a real estate development firm. See us at nria.net.
Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Will Joe Biden be harmed by his son's apparent corruption and Mr. Biden's own deceit? Here's the deal, as Joe Biden might say. His son Hunter Biden introduced his father, then vice president, to a top executive at a Ukrainian energy firm less than a year before the elder Biden, as VP, pressured Ukraine officials into firing a prosecutor that was investigating the company paying Hunter Biden. Now, that's according to new emails found on Hunter's laptop. As I just reported, Facebook suppressed the story, claiming the link on the email was related to harmful content and the material was stolen from hacked data. That is not true. Twitter did the same thing. Now, Facebook says it did not handle the situation well, but everybody knows the fix is in with these big social media operations. Donald Trump, speaking in Iowa yesterday, said, quote, "We just learned through the New York Post that Joe Biden has been blatantly lying about his son's business dealings. The corrupt media is trying to protect them. They're trying to protect Biden. It turns out that they were the ones who did the Russian hoax. It was them. Biden should apologize because it turns out you are a corrupt politician," unquote, from Mr. Trump. The Biden campaign responds, quote, "The New York Post never asked us about the critical elements of the story. Moreover, we have reviewed Joe Biden's official schedules from the time, and no meeting, as alleged by the New York Post, ever took place." Now, former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, an advisor to Donald Trump, was given the emails and said, quote, "They are obtained from Hunter Biden's hard drive, and they reveal Joe Biden lied about Burisma and more." Burisma is the Ukrainian oil company involved. Now, the corrupt media, which is working with the Biden campaign, doesn't like this story at all, said New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman, quote, "Random store owner has the emails, copies it, a crime, and gives it to the president's lawyer while also responding to a federal subpoena. A bit odd. What's really odd is that you could not care less about a political corruption story, madam, unless it hurts Donald Trump. More indications the New York Times is a corrupt enterprise. So what really happened? 1. Joe Biden enriched his son and other family members by using his power as vice president. 2. Joe Biden did not tell the truth about that. 3. Reporters like myself need to be cautious about this story, as shaky people are involved. One of the shaky people is Hunter Biden. 4. Facebook and Twitter are obviously trying to manipulate information to help the Democrats and the left. The question now is, will all this hurt Joe Biden on November 3rd? That question is impossible to answer, as many American voters hate Donald Trump so much, nothing else matters. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve that message by actually writing it. Disagree? I want to hear from you. Bill@BillO'Reilly.com, and please consider my new book, Killing Crazy Horse. In a moment, something you might not know. Well, I got a crash course in home title theft. I hope you pray this crime never happens to you. It can ruin you financially. Here's how easy it is. The legal titles to our homes are digitized and kept on government and business servers in the cloud. A cyber thief hacks these to find your home's title, forges your signature on a quitclaim deed stating you sold your home. Then loans are taken out against your home until all your equity is gone and you're in debt. You will not know until the collection calls start pouring in. Insurance, banks, common identity theft programs will not protect you. Home Title Lock protects you and puts a barrier around your home's title. The instant they detect tampering, they shut it down. Please go to HomeTitleLock.com and register your address to see if you are already a victim. Then use code RADIO for 30 free days of protection. That's code RADIO at HomeTitleLock.com. Code RADIO at HomeTitleLock.com. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 69 years ago today, a new television sitcom debuted on CBS, starring a former model and her Cuban-born husband. The show would quickly become the most popular program in America, spanning 6 seasons and changing the TV industry forever. The program, I Love Lucy. Unlike other sitcoms, Lucy was centered on actress Lucille Ball's real life, dealing with domestic issues, marriage, children, and the daily routine of working-class Americans. In the beginning, the studios thought the show would bomb. Executives at MGM believed the public would never follow a female lead, even referring to Ms. Ball as that crazy redhead during shoots. Others questioned whether Americans would watch a white woman married to a Latin American man. To prove them wrong, Lucille Ball and husband Desi Arnaz developed a vaudeville act, touring places like upstate New York as Desi and Lucy, and the folks loved it. CBS signed the duo, and the pilot aired October 15th, 1951. 11 million people tuned in. There were only 15 million TV sets in the entire country, so Lucy was a huge hit. Now, during its run, the show and its cast garnered 24 Emmys and 5 wins. Now, during its run, the show and its cast garnered 24 Emmy nominations and 5 wins, with 2 of them going to Lucille Ball. She died in 1989 at the age of 77 from a heart aneurysm. And here's something else you might not know. I Love Lucy was one of the first TV programs actually filmed in Hollywood. At the time, most shows were taped live in New York City, but Lucy and Desi refused to relocate from their home in Los Angeles. Studio executives built the set on lots typically reserved for major motion pictures. More than 500 people were invited to watch each taping. After complaints from the audience that Desi Arnaz looked too short in real life, producers gave the actor 3-inch platform shoes to boost his height. He wore them in every episode for the duration of the show. Back after this. My go-to financial tech research executive, Jeff Brown, has a top-notch newsletter that helps us profit from the exploding tech market. He provides investors like you and me with Wall Street's inside intelligence, knowing how rigged the whole thing is. Jeff's mission with Brownstone Research is to stack the deck in our favor so we can grow our wealth and beat Wall Street. He researches the best technology companies, the newest trends, the biggest opportunities before they appear on Wall Street's radar. And that's why his newsletter far outperforms most hedge funds. He's recommended the number 1 S&P stock of 2016, 18, and 19. Quite a record. Now, Jeff's subscribers have seen a 432% gain in 41 days with Censorship, with DocuSign 332% with CRISPR. And the winner list goes on and on. So please go to bill5g.com right now. That's bill5g.com, and you'll be happy you did. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.